We're going to do it tonight, and unusually on a Friday night, but let's do it. There's a lot of stocks to cover. We are having a good time with some of our swings. Look, AAOI it's been spectacular. Today was a huge day for it as it ran 53% in one day, a 19.5 million share, 19.8 million, the largest volume I've ever seen in a stock ever. As you can see, the stock turned around at the end of August. We put a swing on it in the low teens. Today it literally went from 18 to 20, nearly 28. Finished 27.50 up 960. And as I said, on huge volume. It's now at the top of the channel, so you may want to peel back some stock. If it backs and fills here, this may be the beginning of a bigger move. But I also want to point out that this goes way back now. We're at that level of resistance in here that if it gets through, we might very well have AAI move into a stock that goes much higher, even double from here over the next few weeks and months. For now, though, be careful up here at resistance. Up next, AEYE, which had a spectacular day today, moving from 24 level to 32.5 area, closed 32 up 497, 18%. Now this is a thin stock. It traded 571,000, but even that is the biggest volume in 4 months. On a breakout day, stock goes across a double top and finishes up there. I believe this could be as high as high 30s, even mid 40s over the next days coming. AMLX swing trade broke out. It's done very well since we put it out. It's been advancing from the 2.5 range all the way up to 6 3/4. The next target around 8.5, and then possibly 12 if it goes vertical, but we'll see. Atomera broke out of that coil. We put a swing on it. It's gone really well for us from 3.5 to about almost 6, 588 high today, finishing 548 up 23 cents, just 4% on a day net. But you can see it backed off the major declining tops line, and at this point, it's got a it's got a long-term declining tops line that it's testing in this range. Now, should it get through here, it might advance even further. Would not be shocked to see the stock go 6 3/4, 7 range. But it's so extended, it may need a wave forward. It's a 1, 2, 3. If we get a 4, we may get a 5, but 4 support is 4 3/4, 5. Bristol Myers popped, pulled back, coiled. We put a swing on it. It worked well. It's gone from high 40s to the mid 50s. Actually traded up to 56.80 and then pulled back the last couple of days since Trump got elected because of perhaps what may happen in the pharmaceutical industry. I'm not sure, but from its standpoint of the waves, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth wave may be truncated, or it could be 1, 2, or 5. We can get 3, 4, and 5 up to 59.5. Stay tuned. We'll find out. CAPR is coiling, consolidating now for a month after a monster run. It saw it go from under 4 to more than 24 or 23.40. Yeah. The consolidation is taking place right in here. Yesterday it popped and pulled back. Today I had an inside day. Keep an eye on this one, particularly if it takes out 20, 35, 40. Then I think you're going to see it back to 23.5, 30, and much more down the road potentially. CLF popped and left an island reversal, and when it popped, I put it out as a swing because I believe it's breaking through the neckline. It did not do so. Today, in the last couple of days, it pulled back pretty hard, and it's filling the gap and testing the 50. Let's see if it holds. CONL has gone vertical. The Bitcoin's taken off. It's in the high 70s, new all-time high. I'm hearing 100, 120,000 could be had near term. Well, we'll see. This stock went from 22 to 24 3/4, and then broke out and exploded into the 50s, 49.60 actually. Over the last 5 days, 22 to almost 50, 150% in a week, with a breakaway gap of big proportions and coming out of an inverse head and shoulders type pattern. I believe the stock makes it into the mid 60s or high 60s, but it may get some backing and filling in here. I love the look of it. DELL popped out 2 days ago and backed off. I still like the longer term look. I think this is a big play. At some point when it gets above 150, we can see it retest the high, near 180. I think the all-time high was 179 3/4, and then maybe 215.20. Flex, another tech trader swing, that worked well so far. Broke out here, consolidated for 3 weeks, and then exploded. The last 4 days, it's gone from 35 to 41.50 and closed right there at the high for the entire move going away. It's also at the top of the long-term channel. Might be a time for a consolidation in here, but if it spikes up, mid to high 40s may be had. GRRR popped out and pulled back a nice flag, and today it popped again, or it did yesterday. Today it had a very quiet day. Overall, though, I like the look of this rising channel. I believe it's headed towards 6.5, 7. INOD was a monster in the midway today, and it went from 28 to almost 44 in just one day on 10 million shares, which is huge for that stock. It's broken out through everything. New all-time highs. This stock was in a monster 20-year base pattern, and it's breaking out of it. That could mean some big things down the road. We'll see. I do want to emphasize also that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth wave top, or it could be, as it's at near the top of the fifth wave at the top of the channel. So always sell stocks when you see that, because it could be, at the very least, be due for some sort of pullback consolidation. I'm anticipating the whole market to do that, but until it does it, the trend is your friend. Momentum is still pushing markets higher. INSG. Beautiful trend. A 1, 2, 3, and 4 is underway. That's flagging in here. My targets are 25 and 34. IONQ broke out of a base and went vertical. Spent 2-3 days pulling back, holding support. Reversed yesterday, and today had a monster day. 1629 to 2568, about 9 points. Finished up 790, 48%. A whopping 137 million traded. Kind of like, would you think, peak volume? Although the prior high back in 21 was all the way up here as it spiked into the mid-30s. We very well might get high 20s to low 30s. LIC, coming out of a rounding bottom, popped, and now it's pulled back for 3-4 days, consolidating nicely above support. If it holds here, 5, 6.5, and 8 are potential targets down the road. Life cycle exploded, was up the last 4 days in a row. And today it had a big spike to resistance and my target before backing off. Support lies right about 285 to 3. And it's right now at 329, so careful in here. We're going to need to get it back up to 5 and 6, eventually as much as 8 potential. Lumen popped out yesterday, had a follow-through day today. This could get explosive, and I mean vertically, into the mid and then high teens. Lunar also broke out of a beautifully formed bull coil after spiking and doing a 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth wave has started today and it closed at the upper end of the range. We might very well see 12 and 13.75 going forward. MP and a beautiful rising flag after breaking out of an inverse head and shoulders or a left-handed extended V. Either way, moving averages crossing over, moving up. Very steep angle of ascent. There is overhead resistance right above here at 29.75, 30. Should it get through that, it could fly. 19.75, 20. And should it get to 20.75, 21, I would look for a mid-range target of around 24, upper range target 26.5, 7. NXL's been really good to us. We put it out at 2 and change. It's already gone to almost 4 today. There is a triple top in here. If we blow through this, it might run to 6, 7 very quickly. Stay tuned. Poet. Beautiful stair-step type move up. In the last couple of days, this appears to come out of the coil again after holding the trend line. The targets are 5.5 and 7.75 if it continues and gets an extension. Well, the nuclear power generating stocks are doing great. SMR powering ahead. Folks, the way I count it, base breakout like 1, 2 is the wedge. And then 3 and 4 is also a wedge. And wave 5 is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth wave's underway. Should lead to high 20s, low 30s before it's over. But what a move from 2 to 24. Talk, which we had a swing on here when it broke out, did well for us, then pulled down, broke back out. We put another swing on it, had a really good day early in the week, and then the rest of the week consolidating. But should this get above 335, I think you're looking at 4.25 and 5. The TSLL, the ETF for Tesla, luckily our timing was perfect on it. The stock reversed off of the gap and the moving averages and went vertical the last 2 days. literally from about 15 to nearly 20. My target now is 22.24. TTI coming out of a long-term downtrend, broke out and pulled back, held the moving average and popped again. Note the resistance right here at about just under 4. You get through 4, my target is going to be 465 and 5. UIS continues to act well. It pulled back for a 4-day period and held support and then went vertical from 545 to today's high at 8.5 range. So a very nice 80% move in a week. This week was a strong week for it. The extension, however, is 9.5. BRNA has been beautifully stair-stepping all the way up for the last several months, and it's gone from literally from under 12 to 39, 38, and now flagging for 2 days. My ultimate target is 51. And finally, VST breaking out of a wedge with a big breakaway gap today. Should this one get over 144, I believe you're going to see low 160s and then maybe in the mid to high 70s, 170s. This is HB signing off. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow with the weekend webinar.